Wow. First match right out of the gate, we see Kevin Owens win the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Then we go to a promo, which is basically done by Paul Heyman, just a put together piece about the WWE Network's upcoming month. They do this a lot, and normally it's later on in the show after a certain match has a certain finish. I can remember that during, I believe it would be Survivor Series last year, before the show was even over, they announced the main event of TLC was going to be Bray Wyatt going up against Dean Ambrose in a TLC match. But after the first match, they announced the Brock Lesnar Go to Hell Tour, the October month of WWE Network, where Brock Lesnar is going to be wrestling on a house show against the Big Show from Madison Square Garden. Having a house show from Madison Square Garden televised on the WWE Network is a big deal. The WWE had the MSG shows for years, televised in the New York market. It was one of their biggest things to move tickets, and they would normally have a monthly show there. Now it just seems that they go there just a couple of times a year. Most of the time it's during the Christmas tour. I've always thought it's weird to go to a show on Christmas or Christmas Eve or something like that, but I guess it's just a New York tradition that they've done for so long that people just want to head out there. I almost went to a Kings game on Christmas one year and just decided that it was just like, I can't do this, and I'm going to miss out on so much things. I can go watch the Kings anytime. It is what it is, and that's probably the same thing that I would feel about professional wrestling as well. But after an edition of Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar is going to be a guest of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know there's people out there that are really hoping that the dreams of Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Brock Lesnar are going to happen at WrestleMania 32 or anytime down the road. Definitely with the last announcement that's going to be on this Go to Hell tour, you can see that maybe Brock Lesnar's game plan is open for WrestleMania 32. Brock and Austin are going to sit down. They're going to have a good conversation. I know during the Paul Heyman show, Paul Heyman tried to call Brock, but he didn't answer. And I think he was also hoping that Brock was watching the show live and would text Brock or text Austin. Both of them were looking at their phones. It obviously was that Brock wasn't watching the show. Maybe he was going to catch on the WWE Network, or maybe he just didn't give a damn. But the last announcement is going to be live from Los Angeles. WWE's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view of October is going to be headlined by a Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Wow. That's going to be big. That's going to be monumentary, whatever I'm trying to say here. I know that a lot of people were thinking that it was going to be Undertaker versus Brock. WrestleMania 32, they were going to put this one on ice and they were going to make it go this long. I guess with Brock Lesnar's deal that he signed last year at WrestleMania 31, Brock is being used a lot. Of course, after WrestleMania, he wrestled on the Japan show. Then from there, he wrestled at SummerSlam. Now he's wrestling at Hell in a Cell, as well as the Madison Square Garden show. We've seen this guy a lot. Hopefully, they space it out enough that Brock doesn't become, Stone Cold Steve Austin or Roman Reigns, or I don't know why I said Stone Cold Steve Austin. I meant to say, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, just becoming one of the guys. But, he's not going to be doing all the Raws. He's not going to be doing all the SmackDowns. So he's always going to be that little bit of a rise above. But 3 big announcements that October is going to be huge for the WWE Network. Hell in a Cell, Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast with Brock Lesnar, and Madison Square Garden, Brock Lesnar versus Big Show.